Well, it is a very exciting day here on HSN, folks. We are broadcasting live from Henderson, Nevada, the site, of course, of the amazing facility, ProCaps, and the incredible Andrew Lessman. Two today's specials are in store for you. Andrew, sir, what an amazing place this is.
It's quite unique. I think we do the best we can to show it on television, but it's, I think, coming here, and I've had many requests for us to do tours. And because we're just outside Las Vegas, we're in Henderson, Nevada, it might be something we consider doing in the future, a few days a year, where we'd actually have tours of the facility, because there's no solar facility like it in the world with our solar panels on the roof and outside. There's no vitamin production facility quite like it. We really take the production of vitamins seriously, literally like we're making pharmaceuticals. They're not drugs, they're not medicines, but we take that same approach in terms of cleanliness, in terms of quality, in terms of systems, in terms of validation and documentation and automation. So we're a serious facility, and we make very serious products, and we'll take you on a tour in a little bit here. But I think Adam, as you had said, he's seen the video, so he expected it to be impressive, but I think he was a little blown away when he got here.
I've never seen so many solar panels outside to start with. I can't wait to share so much with you. Andrew, in fact, can we show right now a video? This is what it looks like outside. It is a mass. The whole facility runs off the sun.
It runs off the sun, although today it's cloudy and raining.
One day.
But we generate more power with those solar panels than we use. So our company has no carbon footprint. I even plant trees in Arkansas to offset the carbon footprint of all our shipments. So literally, since the time we started the company to today, we have no carbon footprint. And no matter what some politicians might say, our environment is a fragile universe, and it has been impacted horribly by human activity. And it's just up to we humans to do the very best we can to make sure that our activities, and the making of vitamins is a significant activity that could have a significant impact, we make sure we have no impact. So that's just me having a responsible ethic in terms of how this company is run.
Well, these are feel-good products in every single sense, from the way they are created to when we're consuming them. Folks, let's give you an overview of what we're going to do today. We have two today's specials. The first one that we're going to spend just a moment on, the amazing, truly one of the best sellers here at HSN with Andrew.
It's my #3 reorder product, right up there with Healthy Hair, Skin and Nails and Coenzyme Q10.
Wow.
And these are products that throughout the year are constantly reordered at their regular price. In fact, I think more bottles are ordered, more bottles are ordered throughout the year than we will do in this Today Special. But fortunately with the Today Special, we get to produce an enormous amount of product all at one time. And that's why the savings that Adam is about to show you, that's why we can do this. And I'll show you the equipment we make these products on as well.
So let's just quickly do that, because for all of you who have already ordered, and I believe we're closing in on 17,000 right now, you can choose a 60, a 180, a 360, or a 750. These are special sizes in some cases. I just want to draw your attention to right here, because right now today, for the same price that you would typically spend on a 360, which would be $129, you get the 750. So you more than double the capsule. So that's a whole year's supply if you're taking 2 per day, which is what Andrew recommends. You know, as we get into circulation and vein support, we've got to think about ourselves in the new year, because there's a lot of us that are struggling when it comes to the end of the day, and it's our feet, it's our legs, it's our calves, it's the swelling, it's the tiredness. It's also getting into bed at night and feeling really restless. Andrew's product, which, as you know, comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, works wonders. And as you listen to Andrew and myself throughout the course of the next hour and a half, 2 hours, definitely go online and read some of those reviews to get the idea of what kind of results you can achieve. Because Andrew, and we'll get into it in a moment, there are significant promises made with this product, founded in science, but boy, are they validated with the reviews.
And that's exactly what I was saying before. As if the science wasn't compelling enough, and the science is incredibly compelling for the ingredients in this product, that the reviews are, and I look at reviews for, you could look at reviews for Gone with the Wind, for The Godfather, whether it's the book or the movie, things that you know have been universally applauded as classic books or classic movies. and they're not as unanimously well reviewed as this product.
That's true.
And certainly you figure human beings, we're all so different. If a product can perform well half the time, that's fantastic. But what if a product performs well almost 95% of the time? And that doesn't even consider the fact that, at least for me, and I know for so many others, we're almost more inclined to write a negative review than we're going to go and write a positive review. And I think the reason why there's so many positive reviews for this product is because, as Adam was just saying, it's so surprisingly, astoundingly good. And that surprise and astonishment that comes with this product, it's sort of a two-edged sword. It means that we don't have expectations. And because we don't expect this product to perform the way it does, most people who hear about it just never bother trying it because they think it couldn't possibly work. I'm constantly asked, oh, you must take out all the negative reviews. You must remove them. You must edit them. We don't touch them. Unless there's a four-letter word or something bad in them, we'll remove that word. But those reviews, even the negative ones, are up there in all their glory. It just so happens those negative reviews are outnumbered probably 50 to 1 or 100 to 1 by glowingly positive reviews. So the product is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to make a difference, whereas I was just saying, most people think it's one of those things, it's the aging process, there's not much you could do about it, or there's absolutely nothing you could do about it. But there is something you could do about it. And it's supported by science. I'll read quotes from half a dozen medical journals talking about the efficacy of just one, the key ingredient in this product. I could read quotes from research about the other ingredients in this product. Collectively, even in Europe, if you look at the best product that emulates the ingredients in this product, they don't have all of the comprehensive nature of this product. So throughout the world, certainly not in America, but even if you go to Europe where these originally these ingredients were recommended by doctors for the healthy circulation in their patients' legs, you still can't even find a product like this, not even close to the price of this, that delivers the benefits and the scientific support that this product has.
And just one thing, Andrew, because last night I made note of a comment, and I can't see where I wrote it now, but you said something very specific. Andrew said his ultimate goal is to create perfectly reviewed products. Right. And it's something you honestly don't hear anybody else say, and that's an amazing statement. It's an amazing mission statement.
Well, I've always been someone here who's been a little bit different in my approach, that I didn't focus on sales. I focus on communicating important information. So important information, meaning that you don't even have to buy my products.
Right.
But if it's important information that helps you live a healthier, better life, then I've done my job. In terms of my products, I've made many products that weren't well reviewed when I initially brought them out. And the minute they're not well reviewed, that means my work has to start once again. Until I succeed, we talked about this with Secure last week, my meal replacement. Initially, about a 2.5, 2.7, 2.8 reviewed product. Not a great reviewed product. We had to continue to invest in the flavor and continue to improve the product. It's gradually inched its way up to the point where now it's about a 4.2 product. You have no idea just mathematically how much work that is to do to get the product to continue to inch up. But that is my goal. I only serve you in making my products. I don't serve my financial statement or my balance sheet. All I do is serve you. And if I serve you well, then everything works perfectly. And with a product like Circulation Vein Support, I could have stopped with the same exact formula that has been proven scientifically in Europe. We started there, we increased its potency, we added other ingredients, natural ingredients that also have scientific support for those exact same benefits. So all we did was continue to make a product that was great and that was almost perfectly reviewed, even better and even more perfectly reviewed. So it's a bit of a different approach. I think part of the reason I get to do that is, unlike other companies, I'm not serving the interests of a board of directors. I'm not serving the interests of shareholders. I'm just serving your interests. And all I want to do is make a perfect product for me, for my family, and at the same time for you. And that is why this product is reviewed the way it's reviewed. And we should probably briefly talk. We'll talk at the end of the hour. We'll talk about our Ultimate Whey Protein Isolate.
Yes.
But maybe we should just talk about that quickly, because I was in the back of my mind, I was sort of saying, that's another product where there's all sorts of whey protein out there. There's no one who has whey protein isolate like our whey protein isolate, and that's because I'm the first customer for this product, and I'm someone who I want it to be the best protein, the highest concentration of the essential amino acids, highest concentration of branched chain amino acids, highest concentrations of lutein, but I want it to be free of soy because so many people are concerned about soy. Frankly, I'm not, but so many people are. I want it to be ultra super soluble, so however you want to use it, whether you want to mix it in a glass of water and you can literally mix it with your finger, or put it in a blender with a smoothie, or in your breakfast cereal with your oatmeal or oat bran, it's perfect. No sweeteners, no sugar, no fat, no cholesterol, a dairy product, because whey is a dairy protein, with no fat, no sugar, no lactose, no cholesterol. It's unheard of. It's so unique, and if you're someone who wants to add protein to your daily smoothie or shake or juice, whatever it might be, there is no better protein in the world than this whey protein.
Andrew, is it a fair statement that in a typical diet, with what we consume, the protein that we are eating is not the quality or the highest quality that really gives us the best benefit?
Well, ultimately, protein-containing foods tend to be more expensive. Most of us in America are not getting an abundance of protein. If you look at those burgers and things like that, not a lot of protein, a lot of carb, a lot of fat, not a lot of healthy fat. Unfortunately, the way we eat in this country, we're not getting the quality protein we want. If we were vegetarians and vegans, I would applaud that decision in terms of health. But unfortunately, once you make that decision, B12 is very difficult to acquire, and quality protein can be a bit difficult to acquire. But it's just as simple as putting 1 or 2 scoops, even if you're a vegan, of this incredible protein. And being a vegetarian or vegan, you can get all the protein you need. But it's a complicated decision, and it requires a great deal of discipline, making sure that you assemble the best foods, the nuts, the seeds, the legumes, that give you the right constituent amino acids, that you get the perfect cross-section. So it can be done, and if you're a responsible vegan or vegetarian, you can do it. But again, quality protein is one of those things that doesn't define the American diet.
Right.
The American diet right now, unfortunately, is defined by an enormous intake of carbs and sugar, which started back in the 60s and 70s when we went on this low-fat craze. I'm someone who, although I do avoid saturated fat from animal foods, I don't mind fat in nuts and seeds. I don't mind fat from things like avocado. I'm thrilled to eat those incredibly healthy sources of fat from fish, the omega-3s, incredibly healthy sources of fat.
So with that in mind, maybe in this new year, if you're looking for better weight management, better overall health, when you buy Andrew's Ultimate Whey product, what you'll do, and it basically has just a very mild dairy taste to it, it basically tastes of nothing. All you'll do is add it to your smoothie or maybe some of your veggie drinks, and that will do a wonderful amount of good.
Or it's just, we could show the savings really quickly.
Do we have
Before
that?
we run from Ultimate Whey, if we could show the savings. Oh, we don't have it? Here.
There it is.
Perfect. I'll get the chart.
Thank
here.
you, Andrew. That's teamwork for you. Perfect.
My new job. So,
there it is on display. So this is the first time you've done it as a Today Special as well.
It's never been a Today Special before. It's an incredibly expensive protein. There's no other protein like it out there. We actually had to go direct to the dairy and have this made for us to meet our specifications in terms of purity, in terms of concentration. Again, fat-free, sugar-free, lactose-free, cholesterol-free, low sodium. So the savings are incredible. So you're saving $40 on the large size. So
it's interesting. Our makeup artist already said that she'd bought the larger size, the 100 serving, because you just can't beat the value. And when you look at different whey protein out there, as Andrew said, nothing is comparable. And again, we'll get more into it in a little bit, but it's certainly available right now for you to order. Okay, so we're going to flip our graphics back to circulation and vein support. Andrew, you started it by saying one of your most important products. This formula today, though, is completely unique, correct?
Well, what we did, this is, oftentimes we'll do a one-time formula for Today's Special because we're talking about such an enormous production that we have an opportunity to make that change. So what we've done is we doubled the concentration of Butcher's Broom extract. The product, the key ingredient originally in the product when I introduced it was 500 milligrams of diosmin. That was almost 20 years ago. The product was substantially more expensive then. Actually, the HSN price back then was higher than the HSN price today. And if we look at this chart that I have here, if we look at the concentration, so originally the product was 500 milligrams of diosmin.
Right.
We've since increased that by 20% to 600 milligrams. We've then added 100 milligrams of hesperidin, 20 milligrams of rutin. We then added originally 40 milligrams of pine bark extract, and then we added 40 milligrams of grapeseed extract. This is over a period of almost 20 years. Then we also added 40 milligrams of butcher's broom extract, which we doubled today, only because the science continues to roll in on butcher's broom extract that makes it almost as compelling as Diosmin, which is why this product has only continued to work better and better and better over the years. It was a great product 18 or 19 years ago when I introduced it. It's an even better product today. And best of all, the HSN price today is lower than the HSN price was in whatever time that was, probably 1998 when I introduced it. And today, today's special price is half of the current HSN price. It would be about a third of the original HSN price. But then you'd have to also consider back then, we didn't have the same level of Diosmin, and we didn't have any of the other additional ingredients as well. Those have all been added over the last 18 years. So it really is an incredible value. The greatest opportunity is just how it can literally transform how you experience your days, how you experience your life, the appearance of your legs, your feet, your ankles and calves, the size, the enlargement that we all sort of, as I say, throw up our hands and figure, okay, our calves are getting bigger, ankles are getting bigger, we're getting older, we're getting bigger, that's what happens, they swell. No, not necessarily. To the extent you can improve the tone of the blood vessels that are nourishing and providing the blood supply to your legs, your feet, your ankles and calves, to the extent you can improve their tone, again, those blood vessels don't enlarge. If something is more toned, it's like the difference between if you had a garden hose, the water goes through it, it doesn't enlarge. But imagine if that garden hose was made out of like a sort of like a surgical glove material or something like that, like a balloon material.
Right.
You put water through it, it's going to enlarge. That's the difference between a toned blood vessel and an untoned blood vessel. Also, an untoned blood vessel is leakier. Fluid seeps out. That's the swelling we see, which is why enlarged blood vessels and swelling in the feet and ankles and calves generally accompany one another. Those are the results of the exact same process. Also, as these tissues swell, they become uncomfortable, tingling, restless, anxious. Those are the sorts of feelings that we have because that swelling of tissue, that affects the nerves that are present in those tissues. So those nerves create a sensation, and that's the sensation we experience as those tissues swell, as those blood vessels get enlarged. So as I said, the clinical studies, the research are clear. Before I read some testimonials, I'll read some of the quotes from the science because they're just incredibly compelling.
And that's a big thing. And I think when you listen to Andrew, you'll notice it's always evolving. The product is always changing. It's always getting better. So when you buy, you know, you're getting the very best possible that you can. As you sit at home, maybe this morning or this afternoon, and you think about yesterday, maybe last night, when you just didn't feel great. When your legs hurt and your feet hurt and they did feel so heavy, like 2-ton weights, you know, it's not a nice feeling. If somebody comes to your house today and knocks on the door and says, I have something that will help take away that discomfort. If somebody came to the door today and said, I've got something that's going to help get rid of that horrible sensation when you get into bed and you feel so restless. If somebody has something that can help improve your daily life, it's got to be a yes. Remember, everything Andrew is saying is backed up by reviews that are beyond words. 95% of these reviews are through the roof, folks. The majority, over 2,000 out of the 2,500, are perfect 5 stars. So as you watch and listen to this science and listen to what's going on, please realize it does work. Now, in terms of what you buy today, there's one major thing. I don't think anybody really realized this, but it's almost like a buy one, get one. If we're going to really talk about something...
It's more than that. And
it is!
Funny. If I was really a clever marketing person, what I would have done is just that. So basically today on the large size, and the large size, the 360 and the 750 and the 360, they're effectively a buy one, get one free. So you're getting 750 capsules, double the 360 for its regular HSN price. And again, as I mentioned before, tens of thousands of bottles are ordered all the time in terms of that 360 count. So today, once a year, and we do this every January, you get what is always the very, very, very best pricing on the product. So it's effectively a buy one, get one free, but Adam can show you on the chart itself.
And it's only while supplies last, don't forget. When Andrew says it's a true buy one, get one, it is a buy one, get one, as it were, in terms of the value. Because if you look at it, normally 360 caps would be $129.90. Today you get 750 for the $129.90. And of course, you can take advantage of FlexPay. What's nice about today is when you buy it and you buy the 750 caps, then you've got enough to last you a whole year. So when Andrew returns back in January of 2018 with the Next Today special, that's when you'll repurchase it. But when you break this down on the larger size, it's basically 17 cents per capsule. So at 17 cents per capsule, it is the most affordable it has ever been. So definitely take advantage of the savings there. I know that over 2/3 of the orders placed so far have been in that larger size. So Andrew, when we talk about what's inside of here, and we often talk about your vitamins compared to others that people may have bought,
right,
there is an inherent difference in everything.
Well, first of all, we focus on what works. Most vitamin products you look at have a focus on what doesn't work, because they'll select forms and things like that that aren't necessarily supported by the science. Also, they use additives, binders, fillers, all sorts of other additives. We were talking about this the other day, that literally the amount of additives we've eliminated from our products, because typical vitamins always contain binders, fillers, lubricants, flowing agents, all these other things that make manufacturing easy, but are not beneficial for you. You don't need to put these binders or fillers, modified food starch, and all sorts of coatings and other things into your body. Typically vitamins or tablets that require glues to make them stick together. So you have no need for that. We calculated that over the years we've saved literally millions and millions of pounds of additives from being put in people's bodies to being put out in the environment, because eventually it goes in our body, it's out in the environment. All of our products, as you will see here, ultra-fine powder in a capsule, and as you see, it's literally like dust. So another reason tablets are unpleasant because they're an obstacle to your benefit. Tablets need to be digested. They often put these disintegrants in tablets, things that make them disintegrate kind of on a small scale, kind of make them fill up with water and sort of explode, so that they break down slowly. But those tablets, they sit in the lining of your stomach and irritate the lining of your stomach. They're of course more difficult to swallow. We only make capsules, ultrafine powdered capsules, so it's immediately soluble and available to benefit you. Why take these wonderful natural ingredients and imprison them in a rock-hard tablet with additives? Ours are 100% pure. I was going to read some scientific quotes, and then we'll get to the reviews. Okay. But the scientific quotes, I'm going to start with some quotes on butcher's broom extract, because a lot of people think, oh, butcher's broom extract sounds kind of like an airy-fairy herbal ingredient, doesn't sound very scientific. But we'll read you some quotes from those studies, and I think when you consider the quotes I'll be reading directly afterwards on Diosmin, this product really is an enormous opportunity. It's not a drug, it's not a medicine, but to the extent we can improve the tone in our blood vessels in our legs, if we sit too much, if we stand too much, if we're overweight or obese, if we smoke, if we have type 2 diabetes or hypertension, these are things that all challenge the circulation in our extremities. And what do we do to help them? Probably little to nothing. Our life conspires against these tissues. So this is an opportunity to make a difference. 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Most people think, gosh, that's not enough time for this product to do what it's going to do. I'll read you reviews where people say they notice a difference in a matter of 1, 2, 3 days. It works quickly, and it's a product that you'll notice certainly in a week or two. 30 days is plenty of time to have that opportunity. But as we start here, this is from, I won't even try to read that, it's a German word, Arzneimittelforschung.
I was waiting for it, very good.
Arzneimittelforschung, well, probably no German accent there, from Drug Discovery in English. The beneficial effect of butcher's broom, which has been well established for centuries in the pharmacopoeia of the Mediterranean countries, is now clinically established by its scientifically proven pharmacodynamic properties and clinical actions. That's a pretty powerful statement.
Huge.
From phlebology. Phlebology is, I guess, the study of blood. Butcher's broom enhances venous tone, the tone of your blood vessels, by promoting vasoconstriction through a direct effect and by increasing blood flow. We want our blood vessel to be able to constrict. We want them to have great blood vessel tone. because when they do, that's when they don't enlarge and get distended. That's when they can do their job. Youthful blood vessels, veins can do that vasoconstriction. They're not going to be distended and extended as readily as those blood vessels as we get older that lose their venous tone, the tone of the veins. So as we continue, angiology. And I try to pull from all sorts of journals. You can always find one article with 10 great quotes. How great is it to be able to find dozens? Angiology. Butcher's broom enhances venous tone by promoting smooth muscle contraction in veins through a direct alpha adrenergic effect, a mechanism of action that differs from other options. And again, not only do they observe that it works, they scientifically know how it works. This is from International Angiology. Thus, microcirculatory space is protected by the effect of butcher's broom extract on return circulation and by the action of hesperidin and vitamin C. Oh, guess what? We also have hesperidin and vitamin C in the product as well on the capillary wall. That's because we read the research. The reciprocal potentiation of the effects of these active principles is responsible for the efficacy on venous return, meaning the blood flow comes back and doesn't get stuck in your extremities.
Right.
So from International Angiology, in another study with butcher's broom, hesperidin and ascorbic acid, vitamin C, a significant improvement in heavy legs, leg discomfort, cramps, and afternoon edema, afternoon swelling, was demonstrated, as well as an improvement in vein health following use. So this is again from Phlebology. Previous studies have reported that butcher's broom, when combined with hesperidin and vitamin C, which of course we do, induces a significant decrease and a rapid regression. Significant decrease and a rapid regression, meaning a rapid improvement of experiences including uncomfortable, tired legs and swelling of the lower limbs. And this is drugs under experimental and clinical research. Mind you, this is not a drug. Butcher's broom is a natural ingredient. It's an extract of a plant. Extract of butcher's broom possesses capillary protective and venotonic properties, meaning beneficial properties to your veins, while hesperidin and ascorbic acid are widely known to support healthy circulation. World Journal of Gastroenterology. Diosmin. Now we're to diosmin, what was the original key ingredient. So now the two of them are vying for which is almost more important. But you get both, diosmin, and you get double the butcher's broom today. Diosmin exerts its effects on vasculature by increasing vascular tone. Again, toned veins don't enlarge. Toned veins don't distend as much. Lymphatic drainage and capillary resistance. It is also assumed to promote wound healing. Again, healthier circulation in our legs allows wounds to heal better. So it's not a drug for treating those wounds. It's a product that supports healthy circulation, which supports healing in those tissues. From International Angiology, the efficacy was clearly demonstrated with a rapid improvement, of functional signs in the first months, being maintained till the end of the study. The reduction of ankle and calf circumferences, shrinking the size of ankle and calves, is probably linked to a decrease in plasma filtration through capillary walls, leakage of fluid through capillary walls. This fact confirms the positive role of diosmin with hesperidin on tissue microcirculation. International Journal of Microcirculation. The use of diosmin with hesperidin has been shown to improve venous tone, microvascular permeability, lymphatic activity, and microcirculatory nutritive flow. From Angiology, pharmacological and clinical studies. These are serious clinical studies, research studies, demonstrated the comprehensive mode of action of diosmin with hesperidin. It increases venous tone, improves the tone of our veins, it improves lymph drainage, and it protects the microcirculation. Diosmin with hesperidin, as a result of its comprehensive mode of action, addresses both the macrocirculation and the microcirculation at the same time, and it's throughout your body, not just your legs. This is from Current Vascular Pharmacology, another journal. The clinical efficacy of diosmin with hesperidin in venous, in our circulation, in our veins, has been demonstrated by several randomized controlled studies. This is the highest level, the gold standard of research, in which the rate of benefits was significantly shortened, meaning these ingredients reduce the time to get the benefits. An explanation for the ability to speed relief comes from the protection diosmin with hesperidin exerts on the microcirculation. We'll do a couple more. Current Vascular Pharmacology, this is just so important.
It's important.
What I try to do is I recognize when I'm up here, I make this product. You have every right to believe that because I make this product, I'm going to try to encourage you to try this product. Again, it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. I don't want you to keep it if it doesn't perform. And I'm very passionate about the product, but I'm not passionate about the product because I want to sell the product. I'm passionate about the product because of this science. I'm passionate about the product because there's over 2,000 reviews, and almost 2,000 of them are 5-star reviews. There's a little over 2,000 reviews, I think about 22 or 2,300 reviews, and over 1,800 of them, I think something like 1,870
Correct.
are perfect 5-star reviews. That's why I'm passionate about the product. And as I say, these ingredients, you can get them elsewhere, not all in one product, not with the same reliability and efficacy of this product. But if there's any message to take away from this, you can make a difference. And these ingredients, these natural ingredients, can make a profound difference because there is an abundance of clinical science. And on my products, there's an abundance of almost unanimously perfect reviews. And we're not talking about 30, 40, 50 reviews, which is compelling if something has 50 great reviews. We're talking about not even 500 great reviews. We're talking about over 2,000 great reviews. And I think that's compelling. We'll just do a couple more discussions of the science, and please forgive me if the science is boring, but it should be exciting and compelling. It's a huge opportunity. From Current Vascular Pharmacology, diosmin with hesperidin reduced venous distension, so it reduced the enlargement of our veins and venous capacitance and improved venous tone in women with various degrees of venous complaints. Last one, angiology. Diosmin with hesperidin produced a significant decrease in venous capacitance, venous distensibility, and venous emptying time. So these are all qualities of healthy veins that we want to achieve. In addition, these changes were accompanied by a decrease in the ankle and calf circumference. We have several quotes I could read afterwards that speak continuously about a reduction in size of our calves, a reduction in size of our ankles. People often say they talk about cankles or things like that. That as we get older, that cankle potential only increases, especially if we're overweight, if we're obese. That only challenges these blood vessels more. There is an opportunity. Our life, the way we live, the way we eat, the way we work, conspires against the healthy circulation in our blood vessels. When I'm doing my shows, yes, I stand for a few hours at a time, but typically I could sit in front of my computer for an entire day. That's not, sure, I'll go out and run for an hour or two, but it's probably even worse that then I sit down in front of my computer again. So the way we live wasn't the way we were designed to live. And there are things we can do. There are natural tools, natural gifts that we can take advantage of.
You know, as Andrew goes through that, I think you probably felt what I felt, which was, doesn't it feel good to be informed? You know, as you listen to the science, and maybe, you know, I didn't understand every word, but it feels so darn good to understand what I'm buying, understand what I'm taking, understand what I'm doing. It feels good. And I think that for many of you that watch Andrew's shows all the time, you know to expect this. But I know you feel like I do, which is almost like this ambassador role of, you know, these products are the best in the world. You take vitamins or supplements, you cannot buy better than Andrew Lessman. You cannot buy better than Andrew Lessman at any price. Folks, definitely share this with your friends and family, and certainly with yourself today. As Andrew kind of cuts through there and he talks about the appearance of legs, your legs, is it the veins that we don't like? Is it the feeling we don't like? Is it a feeling that we live with and we just say, yeah, I'm going to grin and bear it. I don't feel good. I don't feel like I've got a pep in my step. I don't feel like I can run and play and be as active as I want to be, but that's the way life is. It doesn't have to be like that. Again, these are all words unless they are backed up with science and reviews. Andrew mentioned reviews. You know, the average HSN product has 20 reviews. Andrew's products has thousands of reviews. So if you are watching thinking, I'm going to give this a go, folks, you absolutely should. When we deliver this to your door, and you'll have it in just a few days, start to take it. 2 capsules a day, as Andrew mentioned. 15 days later, 21 days later, if you are not starting to feel that difference, see that difference, of course, Andrew would want you to return it. Obviously, we're nearly through the show at this point in terms of this first hour. It's flying by. I want to go over the pricing because 2 big things. This is the first and only day that this formula has been available. So you're buying the the most advanced formula that Andrew has ever created with circulation and vein support. Now, in terms of the pricing, you can choose the 60, 180, 360, or 750. If you go for the 750, which we're going to take this product every day, right? So the 750 is going to last us a year. So in 2018, when Andrew does his next Today special on this, we'll repurchase. But if you do buy it, look at the huge savings. Normally a 360 count would cost you $129. Today, a 750 count is costing you $129. So you're saving $130 and you're getting so much more. Andrew has a wonderful catalog, a wonderful assortment of supplements online at hsn.com. We encourage you to check those out. But this one is on a pedestal. Like many are, this one though is one of the highest achievers in terms of reviews and reorders. People cannot live without it. And talking to people, Andrew, I mean, I'm so glad that you print some of these things out, because folks looking at this might not even realize these are from independent people talking about it.
I don't think it's not even a matter of realizing. It's Lincoln's walking around the studio. What are you doing, Link?
Is that enough?
Buddy, come here. But I think they just don't believe. I'm actually whistling to my dog who's here on the set. And the reason he could be on the set is this set is completely hermetically sealed from the production floor. Lincoln doesn't go out on the production floor. He's just out on the TV set with us here. And I'll give him a little cookie. Can you sit, buddy?
That's what he's waiting.
Can I have a high five?
Yay!
Can I have another high five? Good boy. All right. But what I was going to do is read some reviews, because these reviews are objective. We don't pull out the bad reviews. No. We have almost 2,000 incredibly compelling reviews to choose from. I'll read some now, then we can do a walk around here, and then I'll read some more. I think the science can be boring, but the science is really where the facts are. I think in this world with all the on the internet that lies get perpetuated as truth, that it's so important that we know the difference. And that's why I really try to not just talk about my product, but show you the quotes from the science and the research, because it's important to understanding that you're making a rational, logical decision. And that's the only kind of decision I want you to make, an informed decision, where you're making something based upon good, solid, sound information. Now we'll read some reviews, and these reviews are inspiring, compelling, and we have a stack of at least a few hundred, and we'll read them here.
We could spend all day doing it, basically.
Oh, we could spend all day, but no more leg cramps. And it's fun to do because they're amazing. So no more leg cramps. I've been woken up nightly by leg cramps and would have to get up. They were so bad. I saw this product on HSN and decided it was worth a try. It is amazing. Give it a chance, at least a couple of weeks. I have no discomfort and have used it now for a year. Never any night cramps at all. It is just a godsend of a product. Thank you, Andrew and HSN. Folks who have had issues like that for a lifetime, all of a sudden, gone. Yeah. Works. I cannot live without this effective product. I have so much less swelling in my ankles that I'm amazed. I don't have leg cramps during the night. Buy this and get great results, from Cynthia in Alabama. Absolutely the best supplement I've ever tried. Amazing product. I could tell a difference within 3 days.
Wow.
My swollen feet and tired legs are gone. I have more endurance now when I work out. I will never do without this supplement. You have to try it to believe it. I can't stop talking about it. Thank you for making it affordable too. I love it. I only wish I started it sooner. Thank you, Andrew. Lisa in Illinois. That's one of the things we hear all the time. And again, it's more affordable today than ever before, and on any day. Won't be without these. After some surgery complications, many of us have surgeries that affect the circulation in our legs, which produce swelling and aching feet and legs. I thought I'd give these a try. The swelling went down after about 3 to 4 weeks of starting these, and my feet looked more like what they used to, and I could get my shoes and socks on again. Thank you, Andrew, from Barbie in Colorado. Miracle. I purchased these in January 1st as a Today's Special. That would be last year.
Yep.
But ended up giving them to my brother, whose ankles were so swollen despite all the medications his doctor prescribed for him. Within days, they had the capitals, I don't, his ankles went back to normal. My ankles were not swollen, so I thought I didn't need them yet. Well, then I heard Andrew talk about restless legs at night, which I have, so I purchased them for myself a few weeks ago. No more restless legs. You rock, Andrew. Very nice. Excellent product. I did not know a product like this was on the market. Well, other than this, it really isn't. I've been using aspirin all these years for the cramps that I get at the bottom of my feet and ankles. And aspirin is a drug, comes with side effects.
Yeah.
I now take 2 capsules and the discomfort is gone. Thank you, they also work for the discomfort I get in my hands. Excellent product. I've watched and listened to Andrew many times and finally decided to try his product. I could kick myself for not purchasing sooner, as I said, a frequent comment.
Yep.
I've also purchased his vitamin D and calcium, and my doctor asked what I was doing differently because my test results came back with flying colors. I told him I met Andrew and his products. I met Andrew and his products are wonderful. My doctor does not believe in vitamins, but he now does, since he tried Andrew's vitamins to help his cholesterol. Do not wait as long as I did to start his products. Again, you hear that.
Yeah.
They are worth every penny. From Janie in Pennsylvania. Love this product, was highly skeptical. The reviews are right. This product absolutely works. I had ankles that would get very stiff whenever I sat down, so much that I had trouble walking until they loosened up. I've been using this for about a week and no more stiffness. Amazing. It is actually a product that does what it says. Thank you, Andrew, from Holly in Minnesota. Best for feet cramps. 3 days after I started taking these capsules, I stopped having leg and feet cramps. Charlie horses when I slept. I'd tried everything before and nothing worked. This is not a drug for pain or inflammation or anything like that. It just supports healthy circulation. With the extremities, we require that. If you get cramps when you go to bed, then you must order these. Do not hesitate. I couldn't believe the results. This is the most amazing product and I would highly recommend it. I have spider veins on my ankles that almost covered the entire inside of my ankle. After taking this supplement, the spider veins have reduced by, I would say, at least 75%. My legs look so much better. I'm not embarrassed to wear dresses and shorts. My mom has terrible varicose and spider veins, and her legs have improved at least 50%. I can't believe the results. Thank you, Andrew, for making an incredible product. Just a couple more. No more tired legs. I love this product. This is a reorder because I don't know if I could live without it. My legs used to get tired walking up one flight of stairs, but after using this circulation and vein support from Andrew Lessman for approximately 1 to 2 weeks, I can honestly say that it, well, I just lost some place here. That it is remarkable how I don't have any problems anymore with my legs feeling heavy and tired. I don't even think about it now compared to the way I used to dread walking up the stairs, so I would take an elevator. I can keep up with my grandchildren. One more. This really works. I started taking this a few years ago when I was on my feet a lot and thought that it worked, but then I stopped. A few years later, I found myself once again being on my feet for 8 to 10 hours and started having leg cramps and general discomfort in my legs, particularly at night. So I started taking this again. Within a few weeks, I noticed my problems diminishing rapidly. It obviously is making a huge difference since this is the only thing that I changed. I will not doubt its validity again. From Patricia in Pennsylvania.
How can you say no? I mean, maybe you saw yourself in those reviews. Maybe there was statements and comments in there where you were like, that's me, that's what I'm suffering from. Folks, you got to try it. I can't say any more than that. It's rewarding to do these shows with Andrew because they mean so much to so many, life-changing in every respect, there's no doubt. I know the clock's on the screen. Folks, one last thing I'll say is if you are ordering, I would, and I don't normally do this, but I would push you towards that amazing 750 caps, just because it's almost like a buy one, get one. It's actually more than that. You're getting 750 for the price of 360, which is phenomenal. Andrew, I see you've got your special cap
my lovely hat on. I guess Lincoln could go with us in the facility if we'd had to get him a full body hairnet. But, so Lincoln is going to wait for us in the studio here. We're going to walk around the set. We'll keep the graphic up for circulation vein support. When I come back, we'll read a few more reviews because just even reading those are just so incredibly compelling and I hope inspiring. And we don't edit them. They're all 100% there in all their glory. And as I said before, about 95% of the reviews on this product are glowingly positive reviews. So now we'll do a little tour of the facility so you can see exactly where the circulation vein support. You'll see our ultra large blender, which is why we get to make this so efficiently. So bye, Link. We'll see you in a little while. We'll see you in a little while.
Link, look at his eyes. Oh, he's like, where are you going?
He's like, this is like an abandonment issue for him. Yes. I'll be right back, I promise. Be right back. He knows what that means. I'll be right back. So
Best dog ever.
Yes, he is. So here we go. We are now out. This is the area that's really devoted to bottling and packaging. Bottling and packaging are different than really the dosage formulation, where we actually deal with the raw powders, the raw materials. We put things in capsules and things like that. So we'll walk here quickly. So on my right here is our high-speed bottling line. It's a very long line. It's probably about, I'd say about 40 yards long if you figured the two ends in it, even longer than that. Right here is our room where we put powder into packets. Right here is our room where we make tea. So we buy all of our tea material directly from the growers. And we buy organic teas, of course, and then we don't rely on anyone else to make the tea bags. We don't want strings, we don't want paper, we don't want inks. You want to make sure you're just getting your tea in a special biodegradable tea bag. That's what we do. That machine comes from Japan. It's a very unique machine that makes tea in that kind of a quality fashion. So whether it's our tea, our powder, that's all our packaging there. As we continue around here, now we're going to the part of our facility where we blend our powders. So here actually is a powder fill line. Like the other line on the other side, this is where we do our smaller runs of powder into bottles. So raw powder into bottles. If we turn around here, and one of these days we should get like virtual reality goggles so you could put goggles on and you could be me and just be turning around and looking at everything. But this is, we have 3 blenders here. This is a 75 cubic foot blender.
God, look at the size of it.
This is a 30 cubic foot blender. And this is a 10 cubic foot blender. The way they work, what we do with these blenders is we actually load the blenders from above. So upstairs is another floor.
Wow.
And we are weighing all the materials and putting them into the blenders. They then are filled into the blenders, homogeneously blended, and then they are emptied out below the blender. And then they're removed from the blender, they go to encapsulation or they go into the bottles. But that's a scale on the floor. So immediately it gets weighed, so we know at each step along the way that everything is being done appropriately, perfectly. There's every step. We are scanning our products and making sure, using technology and automation, to validate every step of production along the way. As we go along here, over there, for the last 35 years, those were the largest blenders we ever had. And they used to be old V blenders.
Okay.
So the new technology we have allows us to blend products even more efficiently. Now, the reason why we keep improving our efficiency and keep improving our costs is because of things like this. This is a 300 cubic foot blender. What we could do in there, it used to take us a half a dozen blends to do before. And when you do a blend, it literally takes, say, half a day, because you're weighing all the individual components. And so when you eliminate a half a day with one blender, you eliminate that time, say, 24 times effectively.
Right.
So, and this is now a 150 cubic foot blender. I'm actually smelling, I think I'm smelling chocolate.
I smell chocolate.
So we must be doing our chocolate secure. So this is a 150 cubic foot blender.
Does it arrive like that, Andrew, or is it built here?
Oh, it literally has to be, the room has to be built around the blender. If you look at the tolerances as that turns, this monster of a blender is turning, and it's coming within a fraction of an inch of the ceiling every time it goes around. And we're talking, as it's spinning, there's thousands of pounds of material in there. So thanks to Matt Ryba, who, my buddy Matt, who is in charge of all construction, he built all this facility, built out all of the components, because if you trust anybody else to do it, it won't be done right. So we really had to do it ourselves. This is our high-speed powder fill line, which we are obviously filling chocolate secure. Oh no, we're doing oatmeal. So we were blending chocolate secure in that big blender. So we're doing our oatmeal here, which we'll talk about in a moment with Muriel. Our oatmeal, our oat bran, there is no oatmeal or oat bran in the world. Most people who are eating oatmeal and oat bran do it to lower their cholesterol, lower their heart disease risk. No oatmeal or oat bran in the world comes close to ours in terms of its cholesterol lowering power. Not even close. So we'll talk about that in a moment. This whole area here, it's probably about almost 100 feet long, I would imagine. And on either side of this area, it's all encapsulation machines. So our circulation and vein support would be running on the machines along here. What we have here, this is nostalgic for me.
This looks a little older, Andrew.
But this is nostalgic for me. This is the kind of machine that when I started my company 38 years ago, that if you were buying my products back 30 to 38 years ago, you were getting product that I encapsulated personally on a machine just like this.
No.
So the capsules actually go into these rings. You separate the rings, which opens up the capsules. You put the open capsules here. This is the powder hopper that the ring rotates, and the shoe is dropping the powder into the capsules. You then remove the half the rings, you combine them back together. This is the closing station here, and you eject them down below.
I don't think many people realize that you actually used to do it yourself.
Everything. Well, that's part of the reason why I think we do what we do so well, because I understand, even though it's been a while since I was hands-on actually doing it, but we understand the process, I think, far better than kind of the investment bankers or private equity groups or that own vitamin companies. Most of the vitamin companies that were around when I started my company back in 1979, they were bought out by big companies and things. So the fact that 38 years later, I still own this company and still intend to have this company be the finest maker of vitamins in the world, and that's what you're seeing. So now we're back out in the packaging area. And what I didn't show before, on either side of all this production, upstairs we do soft gels, on either side of all this production, there is a big warehouse that's 40 feet tall that all of our stuff comes in. Bottles, packaging, powders, all of that comes in. We have a huge quality lab that analyzes everything. So no matter how much we trust our suppliers, we still test and analyze everything. And then the other warehouse is where the finished product leaves. So it just cycles through here in a very efficient fashion. So, and now Lincoln is...
Oh, he's waiting. He
knows. He's waiting at the door.
He's had his eye on you the whole time.
All we have to do is do this once and he learns. He's a very smart guy. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. Hey, I know. We're back, buddy.
Oh.
I know.
Look at that.
Yeah. So one thing about herding dogs, and if you have a herding dog, you know this, that they don't like, he feels that when I leave, that somehow he's not doing his job well. So he's excited that we're back.
We're back, mister. Okay.
Andrew,
you're like the Willy Wonka of the vitamin world. I mean, it's unbelievable out there.
Well, I always liked that movie when I was a kid, Willy Wonka.
I did.
But
it's a good movie.
So hopefully that gives you a sense of how seriously we go about, I'll give him a little treat, how seriously we go about making vitamins. That if you notice, the facility is impeccably clean, and it always is.
Yeah.
The reason why we did this, it built out this facility, is before when we did our shows, we did them on the floor. And we did them on the floor, it meant we couldn't be producing anything. So we really wanted you to see the functioning facility. So we built this studio because I think you're entitled. You have every right to see where your vitamins are made. You have every right to see where your foods are made. I think most of us wouldn't want to see where they're making our chicken or beef. Or I think a lot of us would become vegetarians or vegans if we saw that. We probably don't even want to see where they're making our produce. But I'm very proud of how we go about doing our job in terms of cleanliness, in terms of technology. We make products that you could feel confident in taking. And when it comes to circulation vein support, the actual ingredients are crystal clear in terms of their science. And I'll just read a few more reviews. There are just so many compelling reviews on this before we run along.
It's true.
And Happy Legs. I never took vitamins in my life. At 66 years old, I work at my computer 8 to 11 hours a day. My legs would bother me at night and were cramping. I decided to try this wonderful supplement, and within a couple of weeks, my legs had no more cramping. I started to take many of your products and love them. I'm not overweight and only have time to walk a mile a day, but I am not on any medications, only on your naturals.
Wow.
Logan from South Carolina.
Wow.
I've taken these for years because I used to walk a lot and wanted to keep my legs in good shape. I'm now almost 81 years old, and although I do not walk like I used to when I had my legs checked via ultrasound at the cardiologist office, the technician remarked that I had excellent circulation in my legs for my age. I told her what I was taking, and she said, "Don't stop. I will tell the doctor about these vitamins. Andrew Lessman is the best. Very nice. A definite feel the difference product. Both my husband and I take quite a few supplements, try to eat well and exercise. Some products are feel the difference if you only miss taking them for a day or two, and this is one of those. For me, by the end of the day, my feet are bothering me and my legs just feel tired and heavy, regardless of the shoes I'm wearing. And my husband reports similar results. We definitely love this product and would highly recommend it. One more. This stuff truly works. I take both a blood pressure pill and a water pill, so I was concerned about how this product would work for me if I added it. I was doing rather okay before, but I am astounded and delighted at the difference, as my ankles have done much, much better since I added the circulation and vein support. I'm not overweight and I'm very active, and yet I can tell the difference in the lightness I feel in my feet and legs, and the discoloration around my ankles is now gone. Wow, I am impressed.
Just seeing the smile on your face, Andrew, when you read those, that must make you feel so good.
Oh no, it's beyond exciting, beyond inspiring. We have so many reviews, whether it talks about a reduction in ankle size or calf size, or being able to be active with one's kids or grandkids, or to be able to recover better from whatever might be going on in your life. That healthy circulation is essential for having healthy looking and healthy feeling legs, feet, ankles, and calves. So whether you're talking about the healthy appearance of those blood vessels, the healthy appearance of those tissues, or whether you're talking about how they feel when you're laying in bed, how they feel when you're sitting at a desk, it's something that, it's an opportunity. And again, yes, I'm the person making the product, so you can expect me to tell you that it's a product worth trying. But to think that 2,000 reviews tell you it's a product that not just worth trying, that you shouldn't miss it, using words like miracle, using words, you know, I said, how many of those said that I wish I tried it sooner, I should have tried it sooner? That I think we all have a healthy skepticism, which is a good thing, because nowadays the internet has become this repository of lies. What I'm trying to share with you are the science, the facts, the reviews as they are. You could go to hsf.com. We don't edit the reviews. You could read them, and I think you'll be impressed. I think you'll be excited about using the product.
And you'll need a few hours spare, trust me, to read all the reviews. It'll take you a long time. I just want to say, you know, all of those reviews, the 20 or 30 that we just read, 0 side effects. No side effects whatsoever, folks. No fillers, no binders, no additives, nothing fake, nothing false, nothing artificial, all real, authentic, and genuinely good for you. You got to try it, absolutely. As we wrap it up, because we're done right now with the Today Special in this hour, I just want to share with you in terms of the value, if you just want to try it, of course, I am very passionate and confident to tell you, you will love this product. If you can do this, because after today when it sells out, the 750 size won't be available. It doesn't exist.
All that exists is the 360 is the large size, which lasts 6 months.
Which is good.
And it's $129. Part of the reason we do that is because we don't throughout the year want to sell a too large size, because we don't want to penalize you. We want to give you an opportunity to be able to buy the large size when we do our next Today Special. Because next year we'll also have a 750 capsule supply in January. Whether it will be at this price, I do not know. Whether it will be this special formula, I do not know. But I do know for the next year there will not be pricing that comes close to this, because we won't have an event where we'll go through almost, I don't know, 40,000 bottles by the end of the day.
And Andrew, if you break that down, 129 into the 750, it's 17 cents a capsule.
Right.
I mean, that's remarkable.
For a product that contains extremely expensive ingredients, to think that a capsule, and again, a capsule is a more expensive dosage form than a tablet, because a capsule is just inherently better. It's easier to swallow, it makes the ingredients more available. So that's the way you want to go when it comes to a dietary supplement.
So that was today's special one. We have a second today's special.
We'll do a quick one on the second today's special,
yes. Over here. So Andrew, this is the first time ever you've never done the Ultimate Whey Protein as one of our Best Buys before.
We haven't, and the reason why I'm doing this is really popular request. After we did our secure meal replacement last week, that's a meal replacement. It has flavors, it's sweet, it has vitamins, it has minerals, it has all of those additional ingredients that really are intended to emulate, to act like a meal. What this is just the purest, cleanest, highest quality protein you're ever going to find. There's no protein that delivers a better complement of amino acids, a better complement of the branched chain and essential amino acids, which is really determining how good a protein is. And then most importantly, I don't think you'll find another protein powder anywhere that is fat-free, sugar-free, cholesterol-free, lactose-free. And this is a dairy product. To be able to say fat-free, sugar-free, cholesterol-free, lactose-free, carb-free, that's a remarkable statement to be made about a protein powder. And best of all, unlike other whey protein products, this will mix easily, it will mix rapidly, and I'll give you an example of that in a moment.
So maybe this new year your goal is for better weight management, just better overall health. All you're going to do with this is add it to maybe you're making a smoothie every day. Maybe you're buying the pre-packaged fruits from the store and you're putting it in the blender, you're making that smoothie. You're just going to add a scoop of this to it. There's only a very mild dairy taste. It's almost like you're adding yogurt to it. But what this will do is give you that highest quality of protein, and that's going to do so many wonders for you. In terms of a product that you buy from Andrew, you cannot find a similar pure protein product that even comes close. I was watching last night when Andrew and the lovely Shannon launched this. Andrew actually mixed some up, and boy, oh boy, does it mix so easily and quickly. And that's part and parcel of why this is such a wondrous product. Oh, we're going to do it. Oh, fantastic.
It's just because I think most people don't expect. Protein powders tend to be nasty when it comes to mixing them.
Right.
That's why what we do, we put them in a blender, because typically when we put them in a blender, they're not really